Hey, welcome into the Moody Scoot Racing Channel's Madness Racing League track back of the night for the Saturday Night Xfinity Series. Live here for the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Opened in June of 1997, recently closed and tore down, but we brought it back to life here for the Madness Racing League. This is the playoffs for the Xfinity Series final cut race here tonight from Auto Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get you down here on the main broadcast. We're up here flying high with Billy the Blimp driver for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 2 playoff race number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, guys are out on the track dialing in these race cars. We've seen a ton of you out there in the fan zone buying your shirts, hats, and all the great die-casts of your favorite race car drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moments around the corner from tonight's session starting off here. The lights are in full illumination here at the Auto Club Speedway, and you are watching the playoffs, getting ready to go qualifying here in just a moment. We'll pull up tonight's playoff banner here. This is how they currently shake out now on the Moody Scoot Racing Channel. Right now we have 2 drivers locked in. Only 4 guys will advance to the Final Four championship race 2 weeks from now at the at the Homestead Speedway, 6 guys, looking to lock themselves in here tonight with a win. Some of them in must win, unless you're John Michael Bryant, Chase Johnson, Jonathan Smith, not here tonight in the field. These guys got to get out front here, lead some laps here tonight, as Nicholas Maynard won the race at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Kevin Tenko's picked up the win 2 weeks ago. Those are the only 2 guys locked into the championship race, knowing they're racing for a chance at it 2 weeks from now. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and kill the music just a tad bit here, as we are slowly winding down the clock here at the Auto Club Speedway. Freddie the Flagman is up in the stand, getting all the flags necessary ready here to tack on the qualifying session. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll shut my big fat mouth. We're moments away from qualifying. Stick it right here on the Moody Scoot Racing Channel and don't go nowhere. The white flag is in the air. You see Peter the pace car. Freddie the Flagman up there. Excuse me, that's his cousin, Peter the pace car. He'll be driving the pace car here tonight. Means we're moments away from switching over to the qualifying session here tonight. Get ready to set the field for the final cutoff playoff race here tonight in at the Auto Club Speedway, in Fontana, California. We will crack the music down just a tad bit here. Don't want to deaf it. While we got guys out on the racetrack, who's going to be lucky contestant number 1? Looks like it's going to be the number 4, Chevy Camaro, the Budweiser. 20-year-old from Hawthorne, New Jersey. That's Kevin Tenko's. Kevin Tenko's picked up the win 2 weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway, and he's out on the racetrack now, ripping through the gears, trying to find his way down the top of the board here. He's big loose off the corner, coming to get his tires warmed up here. Kevin Tenko's coming to the checkered flag to be on the clock for qualifying here tonight in Fontana. We are fully underneath the lights here in California. A sold-out crowd here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Kevin Tenko's big loose off the corner there, but he's able to hold on to that race car. He's coming across the line. Tons of guys are out on the racetrack. We'll fumble through them here. We'll ride around with Kevin Tenko's for 1 lap here, since he's already locked in. We already know what kind of expect out of Kevin Tenko's. He'll try the middle to the top side of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2 here for his qualifying lap. See Kevin Tenko's giving away free Budweisers. It was grab one and go out there in the fan zone. Tons of guys taking advantage of that deal from the number 4 Budweiser machine. He had a bad fast race car a couple weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway. Was able to hold on to it in the closing laps over Jerry Powers in the number 99. Jerry Powers not able to race here tonight. He will do the starting part to grab some points here tonight to make sure he can try to lock himself in that championship race. Kevin Tenko's will come across the line to complete his first lap, and he'll rise to the top of the board. We'll switch over here. Looks like going to be the number 23 machine of John Michael Bryant, the boogeyman from Greer, South Carolina, the dirty 30-year-old, your mom's favorite driver, coming across the front stretch here to complete his first lap of the qualifying session. John Michael Bryant, where will he post? On the clock for the first time here tonight. That was John Michael Bryant's warm-up lap coming up to speed. John Michael Bryant, currently the first one out on points right now. We're riding around the Creek River Water Whiskey, and that's a hell of a tongue twister. The number 23 Toyota Supra, one of the few Toyotas in the field here tonight, down the back straightaway, hauling ass into turns 3 and 4. John Michael Bryant was riding around with him earlier tonight in the pace car as he was doing his track walk before the race. John Michael telling me that his guys are going to have to come in here tonight riding on board. John Michael Bryant got the chest hair out on the race Inside of the race car, got his overalls on, looking to come across the line. Where will John Michael Bryant post? He'll rise up to the 4th place spot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Right behind him is the number 02 Richmond Water Heaters Menard, 02 Maynard Motors Machine of Nicholas Maynard. He's on the clock right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, coming for his first lap here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. He'll try the top side of the racetrack, right down the back straightaway. Nicholas Maynard on board with the kid as he heads down the back straightaway, heading all the way from South Carolina, from the East Coast down here to the West Coast. In Auto Club Speedway, Nicholas Maynard won the race almost a month ago to kick off the playoffs at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's currently locked in. He'll be racing for a championship 2 weeks from now. Nicholas Maynard coming across the line. Where will he post here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? P6 for Nicholas Maynard that time around. We're riding back here on the backstretch. James Fallon needing a huge day here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. James Fallon didn't have the race that he was looking for in Atlanta. Went around, missed the race 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure if he was out partying or if he had something come up and not able to make it to the racetrack. But James Fallon here tonight looking to find his way to the front. Where will he post here in qualifying? At the sticker right there in that P3 spot for the number 24 Valvoline Chevy Camaro. Tons of guys out here on the racetrack turning down qualifying laps. They know how important it's going to be here tonight. If you could sit on the pole for those extra 5 laps. Here comes Everett Larson, the 14-year-old, climbing the banking through turns 3 and 4 here at the Fontana Speedway. The SSP, that's the Stacking Pennies podcast, Ford Mustang. Got some speed in it as he's able to really hold his handling through turns 3 and 4 down on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to cut some time. Where will Everett Larson post? He'll rise up to the P2 spot. Riding around with the Clorox number 25 Chevy Camaro, if Sean Williams, he completes his lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He'll round out the 8th place spot. That looks like that's going to be everybody here tonight turning down qualifying laps here. We'll pull up the final results here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And it looks like Ty Robertson and that number 9 Chevy Camaro from Coleman, Alabama. The underrated Chevy will find his way to the front of the pack here. He'll kick off the final cutoff race, from Auto Club on the pole. And ladies and gentlemen, get you a nice close look. That's how they'll rack up tonight's Auto Club Speedway from Sunoco 150. And as we always do, we'll kick it on over here for the national anthem. We ask you guys to rise and stand as you're able for tonight's Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here in the Auto Club Speedway for the Madness Racing League Sunoco 150. The guys are loaded into these race cars, strapped up. The helmets are on. You're getting ready to watch the cutoff race for the Season 2 playoffs. Race number 9 here for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. We'll try to kill the music here just a tad bit here as we get ready to go down on the racetrack here to see these guys load in these cars. Beautiful race cars underneath the lights, fully illuminated behind Peter the pace car. This is the Sunoco 150. And ladies and gentlemen, if you just watched the Coke 400 live at the Daytona Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series, the regular season finale, Ryan Blaney with a hellacious run to the front here. Can we get one of those performances here tonight from one of these Xfinity cars? We will crown the final 2 open drivers on the final 2 open spots here tonight for the Xfinity Series playoff race. Beautiful blimp shot here from the Auto Club Speedway as everybody begins to load into their race cars. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and get ready to start off tonight's starting grid. As we're waiting on a couple more drivers to load in, we'll pull up the grid and how they'll roll out here tonight Ty Robinson's going to be on the pole with Everett Larson. That'll be in the front row. Chase Johnson, Nicholas Maynard, James Fountain, Kevin Takos, John Michael Bryant, Sean Williams, Corey Tester, Nick Crawford, Jerry Powers, and Tony Cook. But ladies and gentlemen, as we're still waiting on a couple more here, you'll get nice and neatly meet these drivers up close and personal, driving that Amazon video. Number 9, Chevy Camaro from Coleman, Alabama. That's the underrated driver of Ty Robertson. Starting on the outside pole here, please don't hurt me. Driving the Lason's Food City Stacking Pennies podcast, Ford Mustang. That's the 14-year-old trying to keep himself above water for the playoffs of Everett Larson. Starting in the third place spot here tonight, driving the number 5 Chevy Chase Johnson Racing HitchCars.com Camaro from Greer, South Carolina. That's the 2 times iRacing Madness Racing League champion, Chase Johnson. Starting in the 4th place spot here tonight from Welford, South Carolina, driving the Turbo Vault Menards Richmond Water Heater 02 Ford Mustang from Welford, South Carolina. That's Nicholas Maynard. Starting in the 6th place spot here tonight on the top side, driving the Budweiser number 4 Chevy Camaro from Hawthorne, New Jersey. That's the 20-year-old of Kevin Tanko. Driving the Twins Grading LLC number 24 Chase Johnson Racing Chevy Camaro chartered entry here tonight, looking to make his way to the front, lock himself into the championship race. That's James Fountain. Starting in the 8th place spot here on the outside, driving the Clorox number 25 Chevy Camaro from Wieston-Dor. That's Sean Williams. Driving the number 23 Creek Water River Whiskey Rogue Nicotine Pouch Toyota Supra, your mom's favorite driver. That's the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. Starting behind him, driving the number 8 Chase Johnson Racing Maccabee Auto Services Chevy Camaro, that's Corey Tesner. Driving the Rock and Roll Racing Quesos Maynard Motors number 48 Chevy Camaro from Buchanan, West Virginia. That's the large car, Nick Crawford. Driving the number 33 Chevy Camaro on the outside here, all the way from Greer, South Carolina. That's the old-timer, Tony Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, out here on the racetrack, driving the number 2 Toyota Supra Paint House Machine from Tempe, Arizona. That's the father of 3, the 25-year-old Blake Hochschild. Driving the number 38 machine from Hezbollah, Georgia, that's Thomas McLaughlin. And taking the starting park here tonight, driving the number 99 CloseOutBats.com, Jerry Powers will start the race car and park it here tonight, but will take the points necessary, trying to lock himself into the playoff in the championship race 2 weeks from now. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoff race number 3. This is the cutoff race as these guys head through the digger cam here at turn 1 and 2, heading down the back straightaway behind Peter the Pace Car. Ladies and gentlemen, there is not a fan in the stands on their ass right now. Everybody on their feet. 14 guys pile out the Auto Club Speedway here tonight in Fontana, California. Kevin Harvick up on the flag stand here. He'll be the honorary guy waving the green flag here tonight. Really had a trouble saying that, not sure why. Ladies and gentlemen, as they work through the long 2-mile oval, D-shaped asphalt oval here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to go racing here in the Sunoco 150 live here in Fontana, California. Are you ready? Peter the Pace Car getting ready to go down on the pit road. It's going to be Ty Robertson and Everett Larson, the 2 guys on the front row here for the Madness Racing League Sunoco 150. Green flag is in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. They're heading right towards your living room, ripping through the gears. Green flag here at Sunoco 150. Long agonizing front of straightaway here, riding down into turns 1 and 2. Everybody door to door here, down into turns 1 and 2. Blake Hochschild will run right over our digger cam here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to be bringing you some action-packed shots all night long. Everett Larson looking for the race lead quite early down the back straightaway, and he'll get it over Ty Robinson. Big playoff implications there for Everett Larson. He is currently the first one Last one, locked in on points here. Everybody behind him, chasing him for that final spot if they want it. Ty Robinson will try the bottom side of the racetrack. MRL Lawrenson will jump up on the middle side / top side of the racetrack. And that's where everybody's going to fan out here. You're watching the Sunoco 150 live here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. We're finally getting it going here after a long-awaited rain delay here in the Auto Club Speedway. We're out on the racetrack. Nicholas Maynard will try the top side of the racetrack. Kevin Tankos in that number 4. Chevy Camaro. 2 Camaro bow ties, battling, door to door down the back straightaway here. That's Corey Tesner and Kevin Taco. Sean Williams to make the move around Nicholas Maynard. John Michael Bryan trying to fall in line in front of James Fountain down the back straightaway. 2 laps are complete here, getting ready to come to 3. Sean Williams on the top side of the racetrack, searching for some grit with Nicholas Maynard and that number 02. Sean Williams won the Daytona season opener to kick off season 2 here for the Madness Racing League. That's how he found himself in the playoffs with a chance to go to the championship race here tonight. But for Sean Williams, he's going to have to get out front here early and lead some laps as every lap led is 1 point added to your total score. 3 wide for the race lead off of turn 2. Chase Johnson's got something to say here. Chase Johnson knows that he is below the cut line, and he has to get in front of this number 01 of Everett Lawrenson. But every lap led means 1 point added to your total score. Chase Johnson will not give an inch out here. You best believe it. Everybody working their way through turns 3 and 4 here. Great exit shot here, flying around with Billy the blimp driver. Chase Johnson will blink in and blink out there, but he's right back out here on the racetrack. He'll clear himself for the race lead. Chase Johnson in control here, leading the laps that he needs necessary. Can he get out front and start setting himself a pace here? Never mind. Here comes Kevin Tanko ribbon on the outside here. The Auto Club Speedway. It's going to be Everett Lawrenson with a slide drive over the number 4. He's able to complete it, but Chase Johnson not able to clear himself up to the outside line. And it's going to be a drag race down the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Sunoco 150. And before I forget about it, we're going to go ahead and throw it back here, get you a great cam, and throw it on down here tonight's keys of the race. What is it going to take to find yourself in the championship race and or victory lane if you're not playoff eligible? Navigate those weepers. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4 or 5 lines that you see on the racetrack almost looks like individually separating the lanes are called weepers, and they are absolutely filled with rugged mud, debris, water, dirt, all that nasty shit that you don't want on those Goodyear tires. Sean Williams almost in the outside wall there. Manage the older pavement. Asphalt here has not ever been repaved since 1997 when the place opened. Save those tires. And finally, strategy. Who's going to do what, when, where, and how, what lap? As I'm hearing from the admin, anywhere from 38 to 40 laps in gas here tonight on the Moody Scoot Racing channel for the Sunoco 150. Everybody headed towards turn 1 here. 3 wide for the race lead. Chase Johnson on the outside. Kevin Tankos to clear himself for the race lead. Everybody really able to hold on to these race cars. Sean Williams and Ty Robinson absolutely going at it here, but the battle for the race lead is absolutely shaking up here between Kevin Tankos, Everett Larson, and a blinking in and out Showtime Chase Johnson. Let me get it straight for you. You're here looking for playoff implications. Kevin Tankos, the winner 2 weeks ago, looking to go back-to-back here tonight in California. He'll scrape the outside wall almost, but Everett Larson will have no choice but to pull back up in front of the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson. Will ride back here on board with Corey Riptide Tesners. He's down up close and personal, riding in that 4th place spot, trying to get around his driver-owner teammate Chase Johnson. He'll try the bottom side of the racetrack. It's going to be 3 wide once more for the race lead here. 7 laps are completed for the Sunoco 150. Everybody holding it together down the back straightaway. It's going to be Tankos, Johnson, Tesner, Larson, and about a shit ton of everybody else, about 6 wide for the race lead here around the Fontana Speedway here in California. Kevin Tankos with a huge run off of turns 3 and 4, really able to get the gas down, riding out the front nose of Corey Riptide Tesner. Now you're riding out the front bumper of Chase Johnson as he looks to battle back for the race lead here, down into turns 3 and 4. Chase Johnson to try the bottom side of the racetrack here, probably looking for a slide job up off the bottom if he can grab it. But I don't think he's going to be able to clear the number 4 Camaro of Kevin Tankos. If he is, it's going to be damn close. He's not going to be able to. The battle back here between John Michael Bryant and Nicholas Maynard shaking up here as well. So 2 Toyotas finally finding their way up through the front of the field here, but bow ties round out this top 7 field here. 6 bow ties round out the top 7, followed by Everett Lawrence's only solo 4 blue oval with 8 laps complete here. The laps being led is completely being changed. Lap to lap to lap to lap to lap. Chase Johnson needing the points here. So he's trying to get out front of this race lead over Kevin Tankos. But Kevin Tankos definitely trying to find his way back here to the victory lane on the Booty Racing Channel, riding out the ass end of Kevin Tankos. Look at the way that these guys absolutely try to find their way back in line. Look at the run that Corey Tesler's going to be able to get to the back bumper of the number 4, Kevin Tankos. He'll ditch it for his teammate, Chase Johnson, try to put the bumper to him, but he's not able to get him. They're right on the top side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sunoco 150 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. These guys absolutely shitting and getting here across the front stretch. Looks like the battle for the race lead is really went away between Kevin Tankos. Corey Tesler really able to gain some positions here, up 7 spots from where he started. Corey Tesler, talking to him before the race, said he might not have been playoff eligible here in the Xfinity Series. He said it, but if he had a chance to win here tonight at Auto Club, you best put that tally his name. And if you were in Vegas, throw some money on the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesler. Said this was one of his favorite tracks. Can he upset the party here tonight in that Maccabee Auto Services? Number 8, LLC Chevy Camaro. He looks like he's going to try it. He'll rip down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Corey Tesler not going to give an inch here. The number 4 of Kevin Tankos not able to complete the slide job. He'll fall back into line here. Ty Robinson in this number 9 Amazon Video Chevy Camaro. So it's going to be a bow tie, followed by a blue oval, spread out by a bunch of bow ties. Ty Robinson, made his Booty Scoot Racing Channel debut 2 weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway. Had one hell of a performance. He's down on the bottom side of the racetrack looking for that slide job over the number 8 of Corey Tesler, and he's able to complete it there. So finally, we see a completed slide job here at the Auto Club Speedway, but Corey Tesler's going to battle back hard here. Look at these 2 bow ties battle back here for the second place spot. Guys really starting to get spread out throughout the field here in the Sunoco 150 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. You're watching the Season 2 playoffs, race number 9 of 10 scheduled for the year around this D-shaped mile oval. Everett Larson, the playoff driver in this number 01 Stacking Pennies podcast. Ford Mustang has committed himself to the top side of the racetrack here. Chase Johnson complaining a little bit about some handling conditions inside of that number 5 Chevy Camaro. He says these guys really got to start hitting the setups off the truck better if they want to have a chance to win this championship and or try to get themselves back in here. Right now, as they stand, no one has changed in the point standing. Points-wise, Ty Robinson won the pole. He'll get the 5 points added to his bonus, to his score for winning the pole. He'll keep the 5 bonus points out of the rest of the field's hand here. So the battle tightening up even more here for the points battle when it comes to trying to lock yourself into the playoffs. Blake Koschchild, Nicholas Maynard battling out back here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Blake Koschchild able to complete the slide job. You see the debris absolutely flying around the racetrack here. All over here. I'm telling you guys, one of the keys of tonight's race is navigating those weepers. And what we mean by that, the 5 lines you see on the racetrack, almost making it look like your local interstate in your hometown. Kevin Tankos slaps the outside wall there. He'll lose a little bit of touch to the race leader, Tyler Robinson here, and Corey Tesler looking to make a charge here, pounce all over the back bumper of that number 4 Budweiser Camaro. If he gets the chance to, you best believe it, they'll work their way down into turns 1 and 2. Every time we come down into our turn 1 digger cam, we see John Michael Bryan in this number 23 Toyota Supra really able to grip up down on the bottom side of the racetrack. John Michael Bryan comes into tonight's playoff race minus 4 points, needing to get out front and lead some laps here at the Fontana Speedway here in California. Riding on board with John Michael Bryan, you see his eyes, big bug-eyed. John Michael Bryan got the Tigers helmet on, the chest hair out here at Auto Club in California. John Michael Bryan making a statement here tonight. Everett Larson will be the fastest car on the racetrack that last lap around. Meanwhile, Ty Robinson spoiling the party right now, so currently not affecting the playoff implication. The guys that are like Chase Johnson, James Fountain, Everett Larson, Kevin Tankos don't have to worry about it, but the rest of these guys like Corey Tesler, Everett Larson, Chase Johnson are happy with what they see in front of them. Ty Robinson, the race leader here, nobody adding points to their total score. Kevin Tankos will slap the outside wall once more. 15 laps are complete here for the Night's Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoff cutoff race. From the Auto Club Speedway here in Fontana, Corey Tessner on the outside of Everett Larson. Everybody really able to hold these cars quite well through the corners. Everybody locating themselves on the top side / middle side of the racetrack. That believes to tell me that we got a 3-wide battle back here. That's Showtime Chase Johnson, but Corey Tessner will get the push from the number 01 of Everett Larson here. These guys have been going at it all night long. Chase Johnson not wanting to give up a chance at that championship spot at the Homestead Speedway, and this would be the battle right here for that playoff spot. Everett Larson, Chase Johnson, Corey Tessner, and Kevin Tankos. Chase Johnson, I have no choice but to pull back in the line here across the front stretch. Chase Johnson looking to make his way to the front of the racetrack. Here is Ty Robinson looking in the rearview mirror of him, seeing what he has behind him on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like maybe Ty Robinson down on the bottom side. The caution flag might be flying. Caution flag out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like for the number 25 of Sean Williams in his Clorox number 25 Chevy Camaro. We'll back it up here, and we'll back that ass up for an instant replay. Make sure you grab you a nice handful of this one right here, as the number 25 of Sean Williams might have the Clorox sponsor on here, but he is cleaning up the grass down here. Looks more like a landscaper. We'll see if he connects to the inside wall here. We'll back that ass up here. Looks like Sean Williams slid for quite a few ways here as he was battling door to door here with John Michael Bryant. We'll back that ass up here. Sean Williams on the outside here. Looks like he'll just pancake the outside wall. And luckily, he'll keep it in the outside wall from wrecking John Michael Bryant, able to lock himself down in the middle part side of the racetrack here. Riding with him and pow, hard of the inside wall. For the Clorox number 25 Chevy Camaro, can he get this thing refired and going again? Looks like he's able to. Underneath the caution flag for the first time here tonight, Sean Williams will go around here on the front stretch. Caution flag is out here for the Sunoco 150. Back in a moment. 17 laps are complete.
Now we will go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay. It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all.
Bang! Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Here are the current point standings as they run from 2 weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway. These are the regular season point standings. Jerry Powers was able to lead a fuck ton of laps a couple of weeks ago in Richmond and finally overcome Chase Johnson, who has absolutely been putting belt to ass all season long on the point standings, almost dominating by almost 100 points over Nicholas Maynard, scheduled in that third place spot. We're here playoff racing tonight, though, at the Auto Club Speedway here in California. We'll throw up the playoff standings right here. Currently coming into tonight's race for the Sunoco 150, Jerry Powers with the starting park here tonight, so he's down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. 185 points scored for him, so coming in 113 plus points. We'll see how things shake out for Jerry Powers, almost mathematically locked in here. Everett Larson coming into tonight's event, +4 to John Michael Bryant, so we'll see how these guys continue to race each other here in the closing laps of the Sunoco 150. There's Peter the pace car here. He's going to have everybody coming down on the pit road here, so we're going to get our first pit stops underneath the caution flag here tonight. It's going to be led by Ty Robinson, Corey Tessner, Everett Larson, Chase Johnson, Kevin Tankos, James Bouton, John Michael Bryant, Nicholas Maynard, Blake Hochschild, Tony Cook, Thomas McLaughlin, Nick Crawford, Sean Williams, and Jerry Powers already down on pit road. Everybody's slowing down into their box. Everybody who's going to try different kind of things here. You see Nicholas Maynard's gas guy down there on the box. They'll drum and jack it into the number 02's machine. We'll see how everybody takes going to look like right tires, for Everett Larson, gas only for John Michael Bryant and Nicholas Maynard. They'll both win the battle off pit road. Give it to Ty Robinson over Corey Tessner, Everett Larson, Chase Johnson over Kevin Tankos, Tony Cook over Blake Hochschild, Thomas McLaughlin over James Bouton, and Nick Crawford will come out in back half here. Sean Williams still stuck down there on pit road. So a couple of guys trying some different things here. Nicholas Maynard, that number 02, will take no tires, gas only. It looks like John Michael Bryant will join the topic here as well. So no tires going to be on the front row here. Ty Robinson and the rest of the field right behind them, anywhere from 2 to 4 tires. And a splash of Sunoco Race Fuel, the race sponsor of Sunoco 150, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight for the Sunoco 150, reminding you the Saturday Night Xfinity Series presented to you by NapDaddy Racing Designs. Head on over to www.napdaddyracing.com for all your iRacing paint scheme, liveries, and needs. Ladies and gentlemen, also, your car breaking down, need an oil change, head on over to Maccabee Auto Services, LLC for all your preventative maintenance, brake services, suspension repairs, and transmission issues. Contact them today, 864-256-1346. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the commercial break, but we got to pay the bills here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like they're going to be one to go this time around across the line behind Peter the Pace car. Everybody heading their way through turns 1 and 2. It's going to be the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant, and that number 23 Toyota Supra on the front row with Nicholas Maynard. The kids of the two South Carolina drivers are up here. Nicholas Maynard locked into the championship race 4 weeks ago, at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. John Michael Bryant currently sits 4 points behind Everett Larson to lock himself in with nobody else up to this point leading laps. Ladies and gentlemen, John Michael Bryant has a chance here on these old Goodyear tires to jump out here to the race lead and add some points to his total score. Everett Larson currently the guy up 4 points over John Michael Bryant. We'll see how things shake out here. So it looks like you got to find all the way back here to Everett Larson and Showtime Chase Johnson. If you get back to your first couple playoff drivers, Kevin Tanko's locked into the championship as well. And that number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro. So it's going to be a blue oval, a Toyota Supra, and a Chevy Camaro, followed by another bow tie rounding out the top 4 here. And Everett Larson's blue oval will round out. So almost 2 cars apiece here manufacturer-wise on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Getting ready to go back racing here in the Sunoco 150. And it looks like Peter the Pace car is going to pull it down on the pit road. It's going to be underneath the foot of the kid of Nicholas Maynard. And we are back green here in the Sunoco 150, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, coming across the front stretch. Everybody ripping back through the gears here. Everybody minding their P's and Q's. Corey Tetchner looking to make a move quite early here as they head back down into turn 1 and 2. Here they come, flying on the outside, 3 wide at the Fontana Speedway here in California. Nicholas Maynard able to hold on to the race lead off the corner. Everett Larson, big move. Is he able to hold on to it? Yes, he is. Down the back straightaway they battle. Nicholas Maynard will lose the race lead to Corey Tesner, who get a great push by Chase Johnson, his racing teammate. Nicholas Maynard will slip down on the brake early here and allow Ty Robinson to clear himself here. Here comes Chase Johnson, needing the laps full ahead here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel to add the points to his total score here. Can he get around his racing teammate of Corey Tesner, hauling across the line? Corey Tesner, big loose contact over on the outside. Going around here, caution flag flies on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Corey Tesner is sideways here, heading through turns 1 and 2. The caution flag is out here for the number 8 Maccabee Auto Services LLC machine of Corey Riptide Tesner. We'll back that ass up here and see what the hell just happened here. Looks like he got tagged on the bottom side trying to throw a block here over the number 9 of Ty Robinson. We'll throw it up here. We'll back that ass up. Make sure you grab you a piece here in this instant replay cam of the number 8 Maccabee Auto Services machine. As Ty Robinson looked like he may have got the back end here of Corey Riptide Tesner. We'll ride out the front bumper of Ty Robinson. Down on the bottom side, Corey Tesner looks like it may have come across the nose. Corey Tesner, though, is going to be the one suffering the back half of this one here. A huge shot for Corey Tesner here. Did he get any more contact from anybody else? We'll back that ass up here as we have a shitty pit cam crew here. The camera guys really need to get their shit together. We'll back it up here one more time. See if we can't get a better angle. Corey Tesner riding here. He'll try to throw across the nose of the number 9 and come back down. Big shot here to the outside. Kevin Tankos will finish the job here. James Fallon able to drift around him, Tokyo Drift style. James Fallon with a hellacious save right there on that number 24. Some damage to the back end, though. Everybody else looks like they're able to get out of the way. Tony Cook missing his hood here, so we'll back that ass up here right around with Tony Cook. What the hell happened here to the number 33 Home Run Cafe machine? He's got his hood here. We'll back it up. John Michael Bryant hard on the brake here, trying to check up. Tony Cook runs into the back of him. That'll go away. Got debris on the racetrack. His hood will go flying away like the magic carpet. We're underneath the caution flag here for the first time here tonight. Second time here tonight, Corey Riptide Tesner goes across the front nose of Ty Robertson. 22 laps are complete here in the Sunoco 150. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Bang, bang, bang. Welcome back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Here is the remaining schedule for Season 2 for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. 2 weeks from now, we will championship race it out for 120 laps around the Homestead Miami Speedway from day to dark. Who will be the champion for Season 2 here in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series? First, we got to crown out the laps here tonight from the Auto Club Speedway. We're underneath the caution flag for the second time here tonight. Corey Riptide Tessner will clear himself across the nose of Ty Robertson. Pit road is open this time around. We got a few takers. James Fountain into the outside wall there under that previous contact right there. John Michael Bryan will bring it down pit road, followed by Tony Cook and Thomas McLaughlin. We'll ride down here with James Fountain and John Michael Bryant. John Michael Bryant saying, I need about a half judge of Westman out the back end now. That I got this damage. The LKQ sponsorship sign on the back of that number 23, all toward the shreds here. He's asking for a new water bottle and a Zen pouch to go inside of that lip of his, so he can hush his mouth over the radio, try to get it going. James Fountain's guys will drop the crew here. They're beating all over the back end of that Chase Johnson racing number 24. Twins grading machine. James Fountain trying everything in his power to get this car back out on the racetrack and back to the front of the pack here. Tony Cook with big damage to this number 33 Home Run Cafe Chevy Camaro as he currently works his way down on the pit road here. These guys trying to patch up everything on the number 33, just enough to get him around the racetrack here. Looks like eyes there are going to be stuck out on pit road, getting all the damage fixed necessary as Peter the Pace Car heads down the back straightaway with Chase Johnson as the race leader. Exactly what Chase Johnson needed here tonight. Laps led to add points to his total score here. The number 5 will take every bit of these laps here underneath the caution flag. Ty Robinson right behind him. Kevin Tankos, Nicholas Maynard, the next 2 playoff guys. Blake Hochschild, don't forget about it. This Toyota Supra, sneaky fast here in the recent weeks on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, has a chance to go to the championship race, but it is almost must-win territory for this Toyota Supra team here tonight. Freddie the flagman will have the yellow flag hood straight up this time around, indicating to us that the lights will go off on top of the pace car, and we will see the one to go racing next time around. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here in the Sunoco 150, live here at the Auto Club Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came for. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button, head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion, of your screen. Press that like button and press that subscribe button over there. It helps us out big time. Peter the Pace Car working his second caution flag here tonight. It's going to be Chase Johnson as the race leader. Ty Robinson in the second place spot on the outside. Nicholas Maynard is going to be in the fourth place spot with Kevin Tanko is going to be on the bottom side, second row. The rest of these guys catching up to the tail end of the pack. John Michael Bryant out of pit road here. He's going to restart. Looks like going to be in the 10th place spot here behind the rest of the pack. Getting ready to go back racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Can these guys hold it off here for some green flag laps, get the racing going here? Chase Johnson adding some points to his total score here, so he'll definitely cut into that 12-point gap difference that he had coming into tonight's main event for the Sunoco 150. The Prime Video Chevy Camaro on the outside of Ty Robinson, not full-time here in Season 2. So if he was to win the race here tonight, he would just be spoiling the party for some of these drivers. Chase Johnson will blink in and blink out there. Hopefully he can get that internet situation situated here and get it going back out on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The 14-year-old of Emory Lawrence and that number 01 looking to make his way to the front of the pack here. As he knows he is barely floating above water right now in the point standings for the playoffs. It's going to be Peter the Pace Car heading on back to the front stretch here. It's going to be Chase Johnson in charge, heading through the Geico restart zone. We are back green here in the Sunoco 150. Ripping back through the gears here. Chase Johnson able to clear himself for the race lead. Here they come flying through your living room. Chase Johnson will take it down the bottom side with Everett Larson and Blake Hochschild. Heading through turn 1 and 2. Tony Cook will rip the outside wall here. He's got his hood back on that race car for the Home Run Cafe machine. It's back up and going here down the back straightaway. Chase Johnson and the rest of these guys will figure it out. Single file down the back straightaway. Maybe this is the key of success. Maybe this is what you need as everybody fans out. Nicholas Maynard really high on the racetrack here, possibly cleaning off the debris. He's got Tony Cook drilling in his exit, but it's going to be Chase Johnson able to hold on the race lead through the Geico restart. Here, back green here in the Sunoco 150. Nicholas Maynard, John Michael Bryant, Blake Hochschild. Look at all these guys skedaddling back here for the 8th, 6th, and 7th place spot. Tester down on the bottom side of the racetrack. John Michael Bryan and Nicholas Maynard will go from the front of the back here to the back. They'll stay out on these old Goodyear tires, while everybody else will go in and take their first set of the night. 35-40 lap here is what I'm hearing from the admin. It's how far these Xfinity cars can go around the Fontana, California Speedway here tonight, a.k.a. known as the Auto Club Speedway. John Michael Bryan looking for the slide job over Corey Riptide Tester, and he'll get it. Corey Tester will slap the outside wall. Corey Tester's not going to be happy with it in the way that he was just raced by that number 23 machine. John Michael Bryan pitching the air down there on that number 8 Camaro. This Toyota Supra asked for a half-round wedge adjustment out in the back half of that Toyota Supra, and it's freed it up quite a bit for John Michael Bryan, as he's really able to go down the bottom side of the racetrack, float his way back up to the top side. He'll battle door to door. Corey Tester will come up there and put in the left rear quarter panel and just give him a little nudge and say, not happy with the way that you just raced me across the front stretch here, packing all the air on the right front of my Chevy Camaro. John Michael Bryan's not going to go anywhere, though. History between these two drivers right here, a little bit more contact made there between John Michael Bryan and Corey Tester. John Michael Bryan will pull down in front of the number 8 Chase Johnson Racing chartered entry, and these two guys just can't seem to not find each other here. Corey Tester not playoff eligible. John Michael Bryan being shoved down on the bottom side of the racetrack though by Ty Robinson. John Michael Bryan will ask for the adjustment, get it, and he is driving that damn race car with no gloves on. John Michael Bryan, a true blue-collar guy here. Ladies and gentlemen, the 23 machine of John Michael Bryan looking for the slide job over the number 9 on old Goodyear rubber. Can he get it? Looks like he'll pull over the number 9 of Ty Robinson. Excuse me, I'm hearing from the admin of the Madness Racing League here that John Michael Bryan did take a set of Goodyear tires there after having a little bit of contact and damage on the back end of that Toyota Supra. We apologize that here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Here we go. John Michael Bryan not going to be denied here from Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson here to spoil the party. John Michael Bryan bringing all the food and goods to the party. You're going to have to run through this 23 machine if you want to find yourself in the playoff championship race. Ty Robinson goes from the race lead, hasn't been back into traffic till right now. James Fallon screaming on the radio, not the pit stop that he was needing from his 24. Twins grading boys down there on pit road. Chase Johnson Racing is going to have to do something about these pit guys. James Fallon calling for a meeting on Monday morning to address the problems down on pit road. He'll lose 3 spots from where he started here. He says he just doesn't have the speed that he is looking for inside of this number 24 machine. James Fallon coming into tonight, race about 18 points below the cut line. He missed the race 2 weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway. Couldn't believe to begin to even tell you why he wasn't there. But James Fallon here tonight, maybe will that race of him missing coming back to bite him in the ass here. It's James Fallon way behind the cut line, almost flirting with a near must-win disaster here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Chase Johnson, though, the topic here tonight is he is currently out there in the race lead. Chase Johnson needing all of these laps led here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Each lap led is 1 point added to the total score. Chase Johnson coming in 2 spots out from the playoff spot. He definitely has a chance here. He can lead 12 laps here tonight and just break the gap between him and Everett Larson. I believe Chase Johnson might have a chance to earn his way to the championship race. Currently setting sail right now with about an 11-car length gap lead over Kevin Tango as they head across the front stretch. 32 laps are complete here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw it down here on the racetrack for tonight's first Madness Racing League Fast and Live. back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel from the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series. Fast and loud here. Some beautiful shots around the Auto Club Speedway. Blake Koschal manages to get his way around Corey Riptide Tesner there. And that number 8 Chevy Camaro. Blake Koschal is playoff eligible for this championship race 2 weeks from now, but he is in a must-win situation. This Toyota Supra, bad fast recently on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, but it only comes in bunches when I was talking to Blake Koschal. He said the Toyotas are elite on the long run, as we seen him and Bobby Kyle drive their way up through the field a couple weeks ago. Speaking of Toyota Supra, John Michael Bryant goes down pit road, gets a fresh set of Goodyear rubbers to throw onto that number 23 Toyota Supra. He heads down the back straightaway now. John Michael Bryant in front of Everett Larson, the guy that he would be racing for that last place in on points, but Chase Johnson currently out front here at the Auto Club Speedway, leading laps, adding points to his total score. Chase Johnson doing what it takes here tonight in the Sunoco 150 to try to break up the advantage that the rest of these guys have on him after having an abysmal start to his playoffs at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Shake back here to Kevin Tanko, driver of the number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro, giving out a special promotion out there on the front stretch in the fan zone before the night's race began, giving out free Budweisers. He had shit ton of guys absolutely shit-faced before even the drop of the green flag here tonight. Hell, even the national anthem. Kevin Tanko found victory lane over Jerry Powers 2 weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway. So he knows 2 weeks from now he will be racing for a championship here for Season 2 for the Madness Racing League. Speaking of that battle, John Michael Bryant will get passed by Everett Larson here, so not what the boogeyman is needing here. But no, I'd say midway point of the race here, approaching the 40 laps, 35 laps to go. Point portion of tonight's event, Everett Larson winless this season in the Xfinity Series as he locked himself on points along with a bunch of other guys that did it. We only had about 3 to 4 different winners this year. We took 10 drivers to the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, Everett Larson trying not to be one of the 6 ones cut from the Final Four here tonight. He is currently above the cutoff playoff right now, but with Chase Johnson coming to lead his 10th lap this last time around, Everett Larson now plus 2 points above the cut line. Everett Larson's flirting with going back down below the cut line. It's Chase Johnson has officially worked his way over John Michael Bryant in the point standings. Everett Larson needing to get his way back up here to the front and finish above Chase Johnson and get Chase Johnson out of the race lead. John Michael Bryant needing a great run here tonight in this number 23 Toyota Supra. We talked about him on the long run here in this Toyota Supra. We've seen him make the adjustment out in the back half for the number 23 LKQ pull apart Supra. He'll try down on the bottom side. You just see John Michael Bryant has way more turn than almost anybody else right now up to this portion part of the race. 17 to 18 laps completed on this run here soon. And John Michael Bryant, we've seen him underneath the fast and loud, riding on board with him. John Michael Bryant not having to lose those hands as much as he would need, as much as he doesn't want to. And that's really great for the number 23 Toyota Supra. Does John Michael Bryant have enough speed here, or is he on strategy? As he had to jump off of the one that he was talking about earlier tonight when we were talking underneath the pre-race ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll scoot back here to Blake Koschal in this number 2 Toyota Supra. Blake Koschal not having the season he was wanting, but these guys in these Toyotas have found something recently. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll hold up there with Blake Koschal. Here comes the 21-year-old of Ty Robertson from Coleman, Alabama, looking to battle that with Chase Johnson. Just might need what Everett Larson was looking for. Look at these two guys battle it out here on the Sunoco 150. Live here from the Auto Club Speedway, heading down the back straightaway. Who's going to get it with the run off the corner? You got to give it to Showtime Chase Johnson. These two guys not going to give each other an inch. Heading into turns 3 and 4, giving you some great shots here. Presented to you by Pop Sports Bet. Swings up here 10,000 feet above the racetrack with Billy the Blimp driver Ty Robinson not able to complete the slide job over Showtime Chase Johnson. And Showtime Chase Johnson in jeopardy of losing the race lead here. But he has completed the 12th lap here, needed, necessary to go over Everett Larson. So Chase Johnson and Everett Larson currently locked right now, tied on points on who will get the final spot in on the playoffs. It's anybody's ball game here tonight in Auto Club Speedway. Chase Johnson trying to battle away Ty Robinson for the race lead. Ty Robinson looking to spoil the party here for some of these playoff guys. We'll throw it back up here with a blimp battle. As you can kind of see the run that Chase Johnson has a very unique line through turns 3 and 4 as he's really able to arc the corner and put down the radius of the racetrack. He'll come down here, try to pack a little air on the left rear of the number 9 of Ty Robinson. These two guys absolutely showing out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The crowd will roar that last time around. Yet they get the lap led to Chase Johnson. So Chase Johnson officially in on playoff points right now. Is he going to get the slide job? Ty Robinson not able to complete it. Heading down the back straightaway. It's going to be Johnson, Robinson, Tanko, Bryant, Hochschild riding out the top 5 here. 44 laps complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Scheduled for 75. Ty Robinson battling door to door here, ladies and gentlemen. Are you loving what you're seeing? Slap that like button, press that follow button, head on over to the YouTube page where you can find more battles just like this. Ty Robinson's not going to go away here. He'll move up the racetrack just a tad bit here, change his line just a little bit here, see if he can't get Chase Johnson to decommit from the middle side of the racetrack here. But Chase Johnson really has the handling inside of that number 5 Chevy Camaro. But Ty Robinson able to move up in front of him. Chase Johnson will get the run down the back straightaway. He'll put the bumper to the back of the number 9, try to send him a little bit faster into turn 3 than he would like to go. So Ty Robinson will have to check up out of the gas a little bit earlier than he would need to. That'll allow Chase Johnson to get a great running momentum here on the outside. But Ty Robinson will complete the pass from the bottom side of the racetrack. Can Chase Johnson gather it back up here with 45, coming to 46 laps complete out of the schedule 75. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sunoco 150. The battle for the race lead is going away here. Ty Robinson back out front here. Chase Johnson has got the points necessary to break up the gap over him and Everett Larson. 46 laps are complete here in the Sunoco 150. Everybody absolutely trying everything that they have inside of their notebooks to hold on to it here. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Maynard falling back here to the 11th place spot with Nick Crawford. Everett Larson falling out back here as well. He's in the 9th place spot. 46 laps are complete here in tonight's Sunoco 150. Kevin Tanko's bringing it down pit road for a green flag pit stop. Ladies and gentlemen, talked to Kevin Tankos before the race started. He said this was going to be a pre-planned pit stop here. When he said he was locked in 2 weeks ago, they wanted to try something different here. Try something new as he pulls down pit road at an agonizing 55 miles an hour. He'll pull that Budweiser number 4 Chevy Camaro down into his box. What is it going to be for the number 4 Budweiser machine? They'll jack up the right side of the car, so it's going to be at least right side tires for for Kevin Tanko's down there on pit road. Ty Robinson still got the race lead. Kevin Tanko's better get to go in here if he's going to stay on the lead lap. They'll drop the jack and he's off here, but he's going to go a lap down here. It's Ty Robinson. He'll come across the turn 1 and 2, and he'll complete the pass over Kevin Tanko's. Kevin Tanko's going to be a lap down here. Nick Crawford and Nicholas Maynard. These two guys, the rock and roll racing teammates. The two Nicks going at it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll call it Nick at Night since they're both Nicks going at it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Tanko's back out on the racetrack here. Thomas McLaughlin will move up to the 7th place spot as he works his way around the bottom side of the racetrack. Chase Johnson just trying to keep Ty Robinson in his sights here within striking distance here of winning tonight's race. Can we get some green flag pit stops? And once again, here comes John Michael Bryant moving his way up to the 3rd place spot in this Toyota Supra. And once again, the Supra is on the long run. Something to kill for here, as these guys have been absolutely trying to dial in this Toyota program all year long. Nick Crawford and Nicholas Maynard working their way across the front stretch here. Kevin Tanko's big loose off the corner, but he's able to hold on to that race car. John Michael Bryant still battling door to door here with Blake Hochschild. These two playoff drivers not going to give each other an inch. 25 laps to go the next time around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And I'm hearing from the admin about 18, 19 laps to go here in the fuel cell of these Xfinity race cars. Blake Hochschild will shoot the number 23 of John Michael Bryant up the racetrack. And the boogeyman not going to be denied here from the number 2 of Kevin Tanko's, Nicholas Maynard and Nick Crawford trying to work their way around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And we'll pull up the pit stop lap here, see how things shook out. And it looks like Larson, Tankos, Maynard, and Crawford have snuck underneath our belt here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and they have already went down on the pit road. So Everett Larson in this number 01 Ford Mustang working his way around the leader right now. He'll unlap himself, and Everett Larson will be back on the lead lap here. So that means the next guy in line is going to be Kevin Tankos, who's slowly working his way across the leader right now. Kevin Tankos, Nicholas Maynard working his way across the field, as well as Nick Crawford. So these four guys have already went down the pit road here for their green flag pit stops. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Thomas McLaughlin. So we are in full green flag pit stop mode here with 25 laps remaining on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Live here from the Auto Club Speedway for the Sunoco 150. Thomas McLaughlin bringing it down pit road. James Fountain still out on the racetrack as well. Ty Robinson in the number 9 Amazon Video. Chevy Camaro, the 21-year-old, starting to pull away from Chase Johnson. He'll get butt tight up the racetrack, but Ty Robinson will pit from the race lead, and Chase Johnson will redeem it. Thomas McLaughlin's down here on pit road. He's in that number 38 Gravedigger machine, posted up in service here. Here comes the race leader, Ty Robinson. Chase Johnson will take over the race lead here from John Michael Bryant and Blake Hochschild. So the battle on here for now for the second place spot. How will these guys navigate these green flag cycles with under 25 laps to go? This could be your season right here. This could be your championship. Chase Johnson and his pit crew have to time this right. They have to do something magical right here. Pull away from the guys behind him. Meanwhile, people like John Michael Bryant and Blake Hochschild are going to have to try to pull a rabbit out of a hat here. And here comes John Michael Bryant down on the pit road. Listening into the radio of the Boogeyman, he's claiming, I need 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel. Please put the half round back into the Toyota Supra and adjust the right rear air pressure adjustment for the Boogeyman. So as this Toyota Supra works his way down on the pit road, green flag stops are in the air. John Michael's playoff hopes are right here down on pit road and are in the hands now of this Creekwater River Whiskey pit crew. He'll slide into his box, they'll jump the wall, they'll check on the right side of the race car. It's going to be at least right side tires for the John Michael Boogeyman guy. They'll jump the right side of the car, head over to the left side. John Michael Bryant will hit the gas down, they'll jump the jacks for 2 tires only for John Michael Bryant. John Michael Bryant drops it on the jack and they'll leave right there. John Michael Bryant's got to go now. He's back out on the racetrack. He'll lose a lap to Chase Johnson here. Going a lap down. Chase Johnson going to be on old tires here. Just 2 tires, though, for the Boogeyman in this Toyota Supra. Here comes Corey Tessner, bringing it out on the pit road. And it's Chase Johnson racing number 8 Maccabee Auto Services, LLC Chevy Camaro. Corey Tessner said, I am just plowing tied up the racetrack. Please do something about it. They'll add a little bit of tape into the front half of this number 8 machine. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the Maccabee Auto Services, number 8, and a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel. Chase Johnson, the race leader, will bring it down on the pit road. That'll unlap the Boogeyman of John Michael Bryant here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, as well as the rest of these guys like Nicholas Maynard and Nick Crawford. They're back on the lead lap here, but with Chase Johnson down on the pit road, that'll give Blake Hochschild the race lead here, and he will lead a lap here. So Blake Hochschild in full effect here, trying to get some points added to his total score. It's going to be Chase Johnson, the race leader, sliding down here into his box. CJR, he'll overslide his box. The Chase Johnson Racing crew will jump down on the racetrack. They'll jack up the right side of the race car. Playoff hopes right here in the hands of the Chase Johnson Racing pit crew. They'll jack up the left side of the car. So Sunoco Racing fuel and 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the 5 machine of Chase Johnson. They'll drop the jack and he'll be off here. So we'll do a little quick rundown as Chase Johnson works his way off the pit road. Blake Hochschild is going to be the race leader over James Fountain, who's still out on the racetrack and has yet to pick. That'll leave Kevin Tankos, the leader of the green flag pit stops here, followed by Everett Larson, Ty Robinson, Nicholas Maynard going around Chase Johnson right here. So that will be for position here as they start to unlap themselves. And John Michael Bryant slowly trying to work his way back here to the back bumper of Nicholas Maynard. If you're confused, don't be. Here goes the race leader of Blake Hochschild on old tires. The rest of the guy behind him racing in for the race lead will be James Fountain. Everybody else on the racetrack has completed their green flag pit stop cycle here. 20 laps remain here in the Sunoco 150. Here's the pit stop strategy lap and how they currently run right now. Find your favorite driver, pick it out. Ty Robinson on par right now with the best strategy to work his way back around. It's John Michael Bryant trying to hold off the former race leader of Chase Johnson here. It's going to be a battle of the Goodyear tires here. Chase Johnson to look down on the bottom side of John Michael Bryant. Nicholas Maynard stuck on the outside here. So 3 playoff guys going at it. Nicholas Maynard locked in. Chase Johnson trying to do the same as John Michael Bryant. They'll try down on the bottom side of the racetrack. So it's going to be Hochschild sailing his way through turns 3 and 4, followed by James Fountain, Kevin Tankos, Everett Larson, Ty Robinson right out the top 5, followed by Chase Johnson, John Michael Bryant. Here comes Nicholas Maynard back down on the pit road, and he's coming to service that number 02. Menards, Richmond Water Heaters, Ford Mustang. So what will the kid of Nicholas Maynard and them do here? Will they try something different here as they work their way down on the pit road, down the agonizing 55 miles an hour? Here comes the kid of Nicholas Maynard. What will his Maynard Motors guys do? They'll jump the wall. They got the jack in the air hose in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, they'll jack up the right side of the race car. It's going to be at least right side tires for Nicholas Maynard. They head over to the left side of the race car. Jack it up. It's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a can of Sunoco racing fuel for Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard trying something different here as they saved a set of tires underneath that first caution flag where everybody else, John Michael Bryant, should have a set of Goodyears laying in the pit. Bryant. Will it be Chase Johnson? Or will it be Everett Larson? These guys are the 3 guys remaining trying to get themselves locked in. And if you're just tuning back in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, nothing has changed up to this point. We apologize. Inactivity in the Discord, in the TikTok channel allowed us to have the stream ended, but we will merge them together and post a full video for you on YouTube so you don't miss a thing. It'll be all live right here in action. 16 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the Sunoco 150. We'll walk you through it right here. Blake Hochschild trying to do the unthinkable here tonight. Run it long and pray for a caution flag and try to keep as many of these guys down as possible a lap down. But here comes James Fountain in that number 24. Chase Johnson Racing machine. Chase Johnson Racing will complete all of their pit stops here tonight. James Fountain in a must-win situation here tonight as he works his way down the 55-mile-an-hour agonizing pit speed. The number 24 machine here says, I'll need 4 fresh Goodyear tires, a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel. Don't even have to be fuel here. They have 15 laps to go. Chase Johnson will slide it. But James Fountain will slide into the box here. They'll jack up the right side of the race car for the twins grading Chevy Camaro. Drop the jack. It's going to be 4 Goodyear tires for James Fountain. Does he have enough to get it done? Here comes Blake Hochschild. He'll put James Fountain a lap down and stay out on the racetrack. So Chase Johnson is on cycle right now to run down Everett Larson and Ty Robinson. As Everett Larson looking out the tail end, you see Chase Johnson trying everything in his power to close the gap up over here. But with Kevin Tankos trying to run down Blake Hochschild on the other side of the racetrack on a totally different strategy. What will happen here with 14 laps remaining in the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series? Sunoco 150 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Blake Hochschild will surrender the lead and come down on the pit road here. James Fountain back out on the racetrack here with 14 laps remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Hochschild coming down on the pit road saying, I'm needing an adjustment out of this number 2 Toyota Supra. We have to have the money stop right here. We have to get the tires and fuel inside of this race car. If you guys want a chance to go to the championship race, 13 laps remaining here. We'll see how things shake out. James Fountain back out on the racetrack with Nick Crawford. Nick Crawford are working his way back through the pit cycle. Nicholas Maynard, James Fountain, big loose off the corner, trying to hold on to it. He'll go around. I think the caution flag will fly here with 13 laps to go. Caution flag out here for James Fountain down the back straightaway. With 13 laps to go here at the cutoff race, it's the playoff driver, James Fountain. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And what on earth has just unfolded here at the Auto Club Speedway? It is all up in the air. Win the race and you're in or outscore your opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, with everybody leading tons of laps here tonight, it is totally anybody's ball game. We'll back it up here. It's James Fountain. Looked like he went spinning for a ride for a long time. We're right on bar with James Fountain. He'll slap the outside wall, trying to hold on to it. But as he gets loose and goes around here, he locks it down. Just not able to keep it straight here, but he'll let off the brake, try to throw it back in reverse here. James Fountain will keep it off the wall here, so no damage to the number 24 machine. James Fountain will get it turned back around here, but the caution flag will fly and Ty Robinson will get out over Kevin Tankos through the green flag pit stop cycle. One more set of tires remaining in the pits here. Who's going to take them? Who's going to do what? We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We apologize for the technical difficulties here earlier tonight that made us reset here to the back half of the field. We'll kill the music. You're watching the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series playoff race number 3, race number 9 on the season. These guys have absolutely been going at it all night long. It's going to be Ty Robinson in the race lead, getting ready to bring them down on the pit road. Some of these guys started the green flag cycle like Ty Robinson, Kevin Tankos, and Nicholas Maynard and the rest of these guys. But as they head down on the pit road, we'll have some people stay out. Thomas McLaughlin will stay out on the racetrack, as well as Blake Koscheld and James Fountain. But we'll see how everybody will work here. This is going to be the money stop, guys. If you want a chance to race for a championship, you got to get it done right here. This is what it comes down to. The best pit guys on pit road all year long. Who's going to get what? Kevin Tankos will slide down into his box, as well as Chase Johnson and Ty Robinson. Strategy all up in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll look for the battle off pit road. Who's going to get it? Anybody going to try a 2-tire stop here? No, it's going to be 4-year Goodyear tires for everybody. Kevin Tankos will have the first and fast stop, but it's going to be Ty Robinson winning the battle off pit road. Give it to Ty Robinson. Kevin Tankos over Chase Johnson. Everett Larson over Nick Crawford. And John Michael Bryant still stuck down there on pit road with Corey Riptide Tesner. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sunoco 150. Blake Koscheld will have, I believe he's going to be out on the lead lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I think he might have drove straight through the pits there, or he's able to pit and stay on the lead lap before going to lead down here. So things could be right in the hands of the number 2 Paint Haas Supra on the closing laps here. But ladies and gentlemen, Thomas McLaughlin will move up here to the race lead in his number 38 Gravedigger Ford Mustang from Hasselbuck, Georgia. The U.S. Navy veteran trying to find his way to the victory lane here tonight and spoil the party. We appreciate you guys tuning in here. It has been one hell of a show so far. 75 laps of what we are scheduled for, and it's going to be 10 laps to go when we come across the line this time. Peter the pace car should cut the lights off on top of that truck this time. And he'll cut them off, so we are getting ready to go racing this next time around. James Fountain going to work his way off of pit road and catch the back half of the field after the caution flag comes out. After he puts a brand new fresh set of Goodyear rubbers on top of that Chevy Camaro. And he'll lose it and go around here, bringing out the caution flag for only the 3rd time here tonight. So a hell of a clean race here tonight for the cutoff race for the playoffs for the Madness Racing League. Everybody working their way through turns 1 and 2 behind Peter the pace car. Reminding you folks to head on over to the YouTube page at Booty Scoot Racing channel, located in the top right portion of your screen. Press that subscribe button, press that like button. We got full races posted there from season 1 all the way to season 2. We got modifieds, I-85 Asphalt Series, late model stock division. We got Next Gen Cup, we got trucks, we got Xfinity. You name it, we have it right here. Blake Koscheld was the leader on pit road when the yellow come out, so he'll stay out here on the pit road. So he didn't pit under yellow. If he had a fresh set of Goodyear tires, that probably would have been the best case here for the number 2 of Blake Koscheld. If he would have had the track position going out, he would have lost the track position on pit road. But he'd have had 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles on his side. But we'll see how things shake out here. We're going to have old Goodyear tires on the front row here, backing up here by 4 fresh Goodyear rubber from the rest of the pack. This should be one hell of a restart here, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps, going to be 9. Getting ready to go racing here in the Sunoco 150. Thomas McLaughlin's going to be the race leader. Back green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Blake Koscheld slams on the gas. He'll spin the tires. Everybody fanning their way out here. The turns 1 and 2. 9 laps to go. What will you do for a championship? John Michael Bryant shipped up out the corner there by the number 24, James Corey Tesner, the number 8 of Corey Tesner. John Michael Bryant losing spots here, bleeding. There goes his playoff hose right out the front windshield. Contact made by Corey Tesner ships John Michael Bryant up the racetrack. The second time these two guys have found each other here tonight. Maybe this might cost John Michael Bryant, but Ty Robinson will soar out to the race lead off turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Robinson, Hochschild, Tankos, Johnson, Larson across the line here. That's the top 5 and how they run on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Blake Hochschild on old Goodyear rubber, trying every bit in his book here to hold him off here. His chance of going to the championship race right around the corner. Can he hold on, battling it off turn 2? We continue to see it week after week here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in the Madness Racing League. It doesn't matter what the series is. It is this manufacturer. This Toyota program here in the Madness Racing League is outstanding. I mean, here in the few weeks, these guys could not put a race together. Now they are the long haul kings. Look at the long haul setup on these Toyotas. We had another one of John Michael Bryant, who is losing spots here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, bleeding from the back half of the pack after contact made with Corey Riptide Tesner. 7 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ty Robinson trying to break up the draft from Kevin Tankos. Chase Johnson loving what he's seeing in the front mirror. Chase Johnson currently above Everett Larson right now in the point standing by just 2 or 3 points. Who will get it right here at the end? Everett Larson all over the back bumper of Chase Johnson. We'll see how things shake out here. 5 laps to go next time around. Chase Johnson looking to complete the slide job over the number 4 Budweiser machine of Kevin Tankos through turns 1 and 2. Not able to get the gas down quite like he would like to. Kevin Tankos with a great exit off of turns 1 and 2 there. Will he be able to clear the number 5 of Chase Johnson? I don't believe so as they head down into turns 3 and 4. Ty Robinson loving what he's seeing in his mirror. And these two guys continue to battle door to door. This is just really going to open up the door for Ty Robinson as he's really able to get the gas down off 3 and 4 there. Pull away from Kevin Tankos and Chase Johnson. Gonna be Robinson, Tankos, Johnson, Larson, Hochschild, the top 5 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, heading down the back straightaway towards turn 3. 5 laps remain here in the Madness Racing League. Sunoco 150. Everett Larson will try the top side of the racetrack. Ty Robinson in the race lead, trying to spoil the party. Kevin Tankos in that second place. Final scrape the outside wall. That'll open up the door for Chase Johnson. Kevin Tankos trying to go back-to-back here in the Xfinity Series. Tonight in the Auto Club Speedway here in Fontana, California. Blocked into the playoff championship race 2 weeks ago, but trying to spoil the party. Here comes Chase Johnson on the outside. He'll get it right across the number 4 machine. Chase Johnson knows that he's got to finish in front of this number 01 machine of Everett Larson with a chance to go to the championship 4. 2 spots are locked away. 2 are open on points. We're hearing from the admin and Jerry Powers from the starting park here tonight will be mathematically locked into the final 4. Look at this 3-way battle for the possible championship spot between Chase Johnson and Everett Larson. Kevin Tankos, who will he help? Who does he want to see race against him a couple weeks from now? Chase Johnson will try to slide job down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Will he work his way up off the bottom and complete the slide job over the number 01? He will complete the slide job. 3 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the Sunoco 150. Look for your favorite driver, John Michael Bryant. 2/10 faster that last lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel than the rest of the field. You see him eating into the number 01 of Nicholas Maynard's gap right there. 2 laps to go this time around. Ty Robinson, 2 laps away from his first ever Booty Scoot Racing channel win, especially here in the Madness Racing League. Everett Larson trying to navigate around this racetrack, using the nice keys of the race, find himself in the front half of the pack. 2 laps remain here. White flag next time around. Chase Johnson trying to advance to the championship race here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Everett Larson trying to do the same. Ty Robinson spoiling the party here tonight. He is not playoff eligible, running part-time. The Prime Amazon Video Chevy Camaro will see the white flag this time around, presented by AFLGlobal.com. It's going to be Robertson, Johnson, Larson, Tankos, Hochschild, the top 5, followed by Corey Tessner, James Ballin, and Nick Crawford. This is what it comes down to. Ty Robinson selling away with it. Everett Larson scrapes the outside wall. That'll open up the door for Kevin Tankos. Chase Johnson looks like he will have done what is necessary to advance to the playoffs here tonight and go to the championship race, heading through turns 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Off of turn 4, it's going to be Ty Robertson heading across the line here in California. He will win the Sunoco 150. A great race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel from each and single one of these drivers. Ty Robertson spoils the party here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway, and he will keep a playoff eligible driver from winning the race and automatically lock himself into the championship board. Chase Johnson will get out front and lead some laps here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Was it enough to separate that 12-point gap difference he had between him and Everett Larson? Kevin Tankos won the race 2 weeks ago. He knows he's racing for a championship 2 weeks from now. So is Nicholas Maynard in this number 02 Menards machine. His faith is sealed. He'll be racing for a championship 2 weeks from now. Right now, we depend on the faith of Chase Johnson and Everett Larson. But Ty Robinson from Coleman, Alabama will win the race here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway and burn it down here on the front stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 2 playoff cutoff race here, race number 9 on the air. And as Ty Robinson turns it back around here, getting ready for the driver interview portion part of tonight. He'll bring it back around here on the victory lane at the Auto Club Speedway beneath Freddie the Flagman. And we'll be back in just a moment here. Make sure you stick around and hear from your favorite drivers. Ty Robertson wins his first race here in the Madness Racing League. Bang, bang. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We have just wrapped up the Sunoco 150 live here from the Auto Club Speedway for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season number 2 playoff race, which was the cutoff race here tonight for most of these drivers that were below the cut line. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring that cut line up for you right now before we kick it on down there for the driver interviews. And you'll hear the race winner, Ty Robertson, who is not on the playoff list because he's not full-time eligible. He'll spoil the party here tonight. Nicholas Maynard, Kevin Tankos were the only 2 locked in coming into tonight's event. Jerry Powers will start and park it. Everett Larson had a 4-point gap over John Michael Bryant. But Chase Johnson definitely got out there and led some laps here today. So we'll see how things shake up here from the admin. They are still tallying up how points are shaping out here. And you're moments away from finding out which final 2 drivers will join Nicholas Maynard and Kevin Tankos in the championship race 2 weeks from now at the Homestead Miami Speedway. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got a pit road reporter down there on pit road with the race winner, the number 9 of Ty Robertson. We'll see what he had to say. Go ahead.
Down here in victory lane for the Sunoco 150, where the number 9 of Ty Robertson comes in and wins here tonight. We're down here with the number 9. Ty, kind of walk us through your night here. That Prime Video number 9 Chevy was bad fast here tonight, and it delivers the package right here to victory lane. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, I knew coming into the race I was going to have a really good long-run car. But at the end, that caution there, I had no idea what was going to happen. So I was not sure if I was going to be able to drive away or not, but thankfully they got fighting behind me and I was able to drive away. But it feels great to win in my second race.
Ty Robinson finds victory lane here. Sunoco 150 will scoot down here to the second place driver of Chase Johnson. Chase, I'm hearing from the admin that it looks like you might get it done here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway, and you're heading to the championship race here for Season 2 for the Xfinity Series. Kind of walk us through your night here as you beating and banging, finally got out front there. It was a close points battle, but you'll lead the laps necessary to overcome the points lead to Everett Larson.
Yeah, we had a super fast car unloading in practice. Didn't really know how the race would play out. I didn't want that caution there with about 10 to go. I really did feel like we had a good enough car to get back up there to Ty and Tankos to battle for a win. But it is what it is. I'm glad we were able to lead the laps that were necessary to log us into the championship. And now we'll go on to Homestead, one of the best tracks in the country, and battle for an MRL championship. It doesn't get no better than that. So thank you to all the sponsors for getting us here. Thank you to the guys up in the booth that put this show on, and we'll try and go put on a show for you here in a couple weeks.
Chase Johnson looking to complete the final championship he needs for the Madness Racing League. Already a Cup Series champion and a truck champion. Looking to get that final one. We'll scoot down here to the third place driver. Excuse me, Kevin Tankos. Kevin, kind of walk us through your night here as you were able to go to victory lane 2 weeks ago and find yourself locked into the championship race. So you were just out here racing around. You'll start in the 6th place spot, finish on the podium, P3. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect coming in here tonight, but had a really good number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro. Kind of just searching for grip all over the track the whole race. Just was weird lines and how the tires would wear out. Felt super tight, definitely on the long runs, but I felt like we were pretty prepared for it. Congrats there to Ty. He had a really good drive there. Felt like we had a winning car tonight until that 9 car came and blew my doors off plenty of times. So, yeah, again, just congrats to him. Again, clean racing by everybody in the field, as always. And looking forward to the championship 2 weeks from now.
Kevin Tankos looking to fight his way to the championship podium at Homestead 2 weeks from now. We'll scoot down here to Everett Larson, driver of the Stack and Pennies podcast, Food City 01. Everett, kind of walk us through your thoughts here. We hear from the admin, and you'll just missed out by, it looks like, going to be 12 points here tonight, and it might have been the laps led by Chase Johnson. That was the difference. What could you have done a little bit differently as you had one hell of a strong season? Kind of walk us through it.
I'd have to say if I probably could have hit the wall with, I think it was lap 3 or something. I just kind of slammed the wall there. I'll bet I could have maintained the lead and had a much better and a much different race. But other than that, I think I had a really good run tonight. Congrats to Ty, and I'm just glad I was able to not get taken out today and somehow get up to 4th and just kind of stay around in the top 10 most of the day. It was a good race. I'm kind of sad that I'm not in the playoffs once again, but, I mean, that happens. It's just racing.
Everett Larson, pit crew will bring him through the pit cycle from the back of the field up here to P4 to finish tonight's event. And that'll do it for the driver interviews down here in victory lane for the Sunoco 150. Back up to the booth.
And back up here to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. We will throw it to a quick commercial break and be back in just a moment for the the post-race show, and all of the results. Bang, bang. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You have just watched the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series Season 2 cutoff race here for the playoffs. Race number 9 scheduled out of the schedule 10 for the full season. 2-mile track that we took on here tonight in Fontana, California here at the Auto Club Speedway. There's one hell of a show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll pull up the final results. That saw Ty Robertson pick up the win here tonight over Chase Johnson, Kevin Tankos, Everett Larson, Corey Tesner, Blake Hochschild, James Fountain, John Michael Bryant, Nick Crawford, Nicholas Maynard, Thomas McLaughlin, Tony Cook, Sean Williams, and Jerry Powers was how they shook out the Sunoco 150 here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm hearing from the admin that they have the poster board ready up to go. Are you ready to find out which final 2 drivers will be joining Nicholas Maynard and Jerry Powers and Kevin Tankos to be going to the playoffs? Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Powers will get it mathematically locked in. We learned that about lap 42 from the admin. So who was the final person to get in over the rest of the field? Was it John Michael Bryant? Was it Everett Larson? Or was it Chase Johnson? Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Bang! Ladies and gentlemen, would you look at that? Nicholas Maynard, Kevin Tankos, Jerry Powers, and Chase Johnson will join their way to the championship race. Chase Johnson will look to lock up that final championship race that he is looking for the Madness Racing League. 1 truck, 1 cup championship for Chase Johnson. Jerry Powers will go to his first Madness Racing League playoffs. Kevin Tankos will find his way back to the championship race for the Xfinity Series. And Nicholas Maynard will win the opening playoff race at Atlanta for his first Madness Racing League Xfinity Championship. Everett Larson will come in Chase Johnson will come in -12 and lead +12 and switch roles with Everett Larson. John Michael Bryant will get absolutely punished and knocked around by Corey Tesner playing that teammate card here tonight. That allowed John Michael Bryant to go down 24 points here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Blake Hochschild with a solid run here. He'll finish 30 points behind the cut line. Sean Williams will finish 44 points behind the line. James Fountain didn't have the run he was looking for. He'll finish 48 points behind the line. And Jonathan Smith will not show up to the racetrack tonight. And he will finish 63 points behind the cut line. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw out the remaining schedule one final time here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And ladies and gentlemen, one remains after this at the Homestead Miami Speedway. 120 laps. That will be right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel 2 weeks from now. Make sure you're right here. Head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen, and we will have the race live there and posted here in the next couple of hours. We appreciate you guys heading throughout the technical difficulties that we had here tonight. And we'll switch it on over here. We'll show you the results one more time that showed Ty Robertson bringing home the win here tonight in the Sunoco 150 as we finally crown our final 4. It's going to be Chase Johnson, Jerry Powers, Kevin Tankos, and Nicholas Maynard, the final 4 drivers, racing 2 weeks from now in the Xfinity Series Championship race at the Homestead Miami Speedway. That'll do it for us here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We got a ton of editing to do to the videos to post to the YouTube page. We'll see you Wednesday night for the Next Gen Cup Series for the Madness Racing League, live from the Iowa Speedway underneath the lights. It should be one fucking hell of a show. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend.